up, YouTube? Today I'm in Chinatown. I'm going to do an interview with this dude named Dan, who's very involved in the street photography scene and just photography in general here in Bangkok. The reason for this interview is that I've been wanting to talk to more photographers to gain knowledge and insight from them. I think the best way to get better at any artistic endeavor in your life is to communicate with those people in the same field.
So what's up, dude?
What's up, what's up? So we got 5 of your photos here.
Yes, we do.
Just go through them, talk about why you chose these 5 photos, a little bit about why they stand out as quality street photos to you.
This is when I first started shooting film. And for some reason, when I first started, I just seemed to get lucky. Like many of my first rolls were just like dope, you know?
Out of the ones you sent me, this one really stands out as being particularly good.
And in that time, it was like I was just learning the camera. I was just going straight off of like feeling, no real inspiration, and just going around the city. And it was also like some of my first time seeing Bangkok and doing street photos in Bangkok. So like before I'd done portraits, but now I'm on film. So what I want to shoot on film is street stuff. So like,
if you were talking to somebody who never shoots street, what makes this stand out as a street photo?
Okay, first of all, you look at it and you might not know exactly what's happening. When I first came here, I did not know what this was all about. But this is a lottery seller. He's selling lottery tickets, but he's, you can't see his face. The contrast of the umbrella is nice and bright. He is black. He's dark. You cannot see him, but you can see that he's kind of relaxed. His arm is out, and you can't see much to the man, but it adds a little mystery. But the thing that is sticking out, the subject is sticking out, is the lottery tickets. You can see that super nice. Now, another reason this is good is because this black here is like, adds more contrast to the subject, so he sticks out even more. If there was white behind him, it might be too bright. The reflection might have made him come out, so you don't see that mystery anymore. So the fact that we had a dark background right behind him made it stick out even more. Okay? On top of that, you see a little bit of his character with the pigeon toe foot. I myself am also, when I sit pigeon toe, so I like that you see a little bit of the guy's character in the scene. There's shadows in it. He's just about center in the photo. So for me, I really, really love this image so much. It was an early film shot. It came out, better than I thought. You could even see the detail in the numbers, 5555. So it's just a great photo, street shot for me, and it's black and white. So it is another, something else that, I did digital before, and then this photo is so very different, but they're both kind of street photos.
Yeah, I love this photo, it's great. When COVID hit, obviously there's way less people around. What did you turn to in terms of subject matter?
Oh, definitely the empty streets is cool. It's like a whole nother like Bangkok.
Is that still working for you, or are you pretty over it at this point?
I'm kind of, well, the thing is like, in that year, I picked up street photography even more. Okay. So like, now, you want fresh eyes, fresh eyes, or try to keep in your mind like, this is unique, Just because you see it every day, you gotta keep in your mind like, this is unique. And it's not like it was before, but that's why I try to challenge myself with other things like black and white or medium format film, or just like go to the same place but do it a little bit differently,
This one, of all the photos you sent, this was the one that I had the most questions about. So you can explain what's happening here.
I pretty much only shot film in that time. I don't know why, but like I didn't have a big plan to only shoot film. I just always have film with me, but for some reason India was just like, you know, when I go out shooting, I shoot a certain type of photo on film. I shoot a certain type of photo on digital, a certain type of photo on medium format, more high quality image film. So it just seemed like in India, like everything was like suitable to shoot film, especially like the color. So like if I know what film is inside my camera, I know it's gonna work well with like reds.
What is this
warm tones. I'm pretty sure this was with Agfa Vista 200, and it's got like beautiful warm tones.
Yeah, the colors are so perfect for the subject matter that you're shooting with this. It's great.
Yeah, so like the reds here and like the yellows here, and this guy's, it's perfect for the film. So that's, I always have the film in mind. The ear cleaner is cleaning the ear of this Baba, and they're kind of like holy men in northern India. And you know, they all have like face paint or like crazy hair, you know, and this guy's just got great character to him. You know, he looks nice, he looks happy. In the photo, he's smiling. He's kind of looking in my direction. And it was just a nice photo. You know, that's to me is what street photography is. You're just like catching moments. And I was able to get that moment where you can see he is an ear cleaner. If you didn't see that box that said ear cleaner, you might not know. And it was
much like the last photo, you can actually see some emotion. And even with that one where you showed you can't even see the guy's face, you can get some emotion out of him because of the characteristics they're displaying. So yeah, great.
It's so important, like, try to get a little bit of, you know, how a person might be feeling. Maybe they're tired, maybe they're happy, maybe they're angry, maybe they're in pain. You know, if you're shooting people, you don't want to just shoot a person because they're there. You want to shoot a person and get a little bit of their character in the photo, you know? They might have nice light on them. You see people in Asia with nice light on them all the time. But if they're just, there's no real character that you can see, it's not really that special of an image. But if you get a little bit of that into it, makes it all the better. So bang. Just another film shot. I thought it was interesting. I was in Pai, Thailand. Also, again, this color is beautiful.
Love it.
This is Portra film. Easy for me to know that it's Portra film just because I know it always looks like this. It's like kind of warm, but you just see the color is just gorgeous. You know, like even like the empty space, the white has like a beautiful like grainy feel to it, you know. So that's why, you know, so it is Portra. I just happen to have Portra in my camera at the time. I always keep a camera on me. Whether it's film or digital, there's always something on me. So in this case, I was on my motorbike, driving somewhere. In Pai, there's many Muslim, there's a big Muslim community, and they wear this all black, and you know, they all ride bicycles. So to me, it was like, looked like a ghost on the streets, man. And it's just something different than you normally see that's on the streets.
Well, and her contrast between those highlights on the ground just really makes her stand out so much more too.
That one is like, there's like a cool little block.
Doors here, I wish this truck wasn't here.
I know, dude. But you can still probably get 330 his eye. Put the color on there. Those colors are perfect.
I think so.
That deep is sick. I came here. Oh wow, this might be a good film shot, honestly.
Mm-hmm. You got that little V-dub logo in the background there?
Yeah. If I can light it up. So this was shot in 2019, but if you look at this photo, you might think that it was shot a long time ago. You know, the fashion is old-fashioned. The way that there's no new technology in this photo at all.
Where is this at?
This is in India, I think in Rishikesh.
Okay.
But you don't see anybody with a mobile phone. You don't see anybody with a car. It's just, you know, old rickshaw a guy with a newspaper, an old like travel agency, which is also kind of out of date. So it's just a little bit of, you know, it just looks
Out
old.
of time and place a bit.
Yeah. This image also is very cool to me because it's Chinatown. Chinatown, there's so many like characters, so many colors, and you know, no matter what, you come to Chinatown, you're gonna find something cool. And it just depends like the time of day. Sometimes the light and color is just so perfect. And this particular day, I was out and about just somewhere in the city, and I didn't have a plan to shoot. I think my girl was like running late to go home, so I was like, okay, I'll go shoot. That day I took like 10 really good street photos. Like everything was just hitting. So like this photo to me is one of those days where everything is just kind of going right. And you know, this area is already very cool. It's like got all the red. Oops. I hope this works. Okay, all the red is here. And then, you know, there's stuff in the foreground, and this man was just walking and he just stopped, took a puff of his cigarette, and it's just right, perfect in the picture, right in the center. He wasn't one way or the other way. He wasn't looking at anybody, just eyes closed, took a hit of the cigarette right as I shot. So, you know, I don't usually like shutter. I'm just trying to wait for him to get there and it lined up perfectly with the color. That's just a cool photo to me, so.
How often are you shooting from the hip?
Also hardly ever do.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much just making it be known I'm shooting.
Okay. Not trying to hide your identity?
Yeah, a lot of times I'll ask them, you know, if they're so like interesting looking, I'll ask them, you know, can I take your photo? But then other times that kills the vibe, you know?
Yeah, I'm also just not really into the getting in people's faces.
Yeah.
Like some people are all about it and they think that's like the identity of street, but I don't know, like it seems rude.
Yeah,
and you're never getting like, rarely are you getting an amazing shot.
Exactly. But a good way is like, say that old lady just now.
Yeah.
She looked cool. She was dressed cool with the thing around her neck. If I'm shooting alone and I was more prepared, I'm gonna see him from the distance. So like that guy there, I like the background. And I'll get everything going first, and then I'll slowly approach him, and then just kind of wait, and then you know try to get it. So that's what I'm gonna try to do, right? Okay, get my shot lined up. Let's try it. Okay, 250. Probably need a little more light. I think I have 200 in here, so over here. And the great thing about this camera is like, people don't know it's a camera.
Well, that's the thing too, when you're looking down, even with any camera that I have that has the flip out LCD, I'll normally just hold it portrait, but keep the screen out so I can look down at it.
Yeah.
And then people seem to not care what you're doing.
I did choose just selects. Normally as I shoot with digital cameras, film cameras, black and white. So it's mostly like, I'm not sticking to one style. I'm always going, whatever's the mood, whatever's the feel. Right now in my bag, I have a medium format camera, a 35mm film camera, and a digital camera. So it's just about what I see on the street, what I like to shoot on the streets. So this photo here is a digital photo. There's no way I could have got this on film because there's so many colors, there's so many lights, there's so many shadows, so many exposures. But I love this photo because it has so much of Bangkok in one photo to me. Like, there is a certain time of the year where we get this kind of sky, where the skies are just beautiful all the time. So, you know, that day was, I don't think this photo would be that special if that sky was not there. And then probably the most famous building in Bangkok is this one here, the Mahanakan. So, you know, it's new, it's digital, it stands out from anywhere you are in the city, especially with that background behind it. So coming in further, something that you always see in Thailand is 7-Eleven. So, you know, it was just great where there's a 7-Eleven there, and, you know, another layer, another aspect of Bangkok, of Thailand. Anybody who's come here knows 7-Eleven, they're everywhere. Other than that, you see character of people. This is a motorcycle taxi. We got the famous tuk-tuk, and just, you know, street life. It's a perfect night scene where, like, you know, the sun is going down, things are coming alive, and it's just a very cool photo to me just because I was able to catch all of it in just one shot, you know? There's certain things that are not perfect, but there's other things that kind of make it perfect because it has a little bit of everything in it.
Yeah. Because it's like, dude, that guy's trying to get into that little corner.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
This is a very Austin Powers thing he's got going on here.
Yeah. And when you...
This is a great content, you know?
Yeah, this is good content. The Austin Powers bit is so funny.
He's...
Go with that.
This is... I can't believe he's not
Yeah, I
destroying this
can't believe
thing.
he's doing it.
Oh, this is like an Olympic event.
Yeah, that's pretty
And this guy just got the gold medal.